So how do you become the king of the 7 seas? Well, by being the biggest, meanest, and most brutal fighting frenzied fish out there. That's how. Learn about this incredibly powerful, chainsaw-tipped living missile today on LaughPack. Human beings have always been drawn to the allure of the great unknown. Now, while many find wonders in the mysteries of distant galaxies, it's important not to overlook the incredible secrets lurking down below here on our own planet.
In fact, most of the planet's great waters remain uncharted and unseen by our eyes.
But only 5% of the ocean has been explored by humans.
The rest, especially its deepest depths, are still unknown. And within these depths, a realm of terror and fascination await. One specific creature that keeps many the average person from doing said exploration is none other than the great white shark. Now, these flesh-eating fish can be found in nearly every ocean across the Earth, other than the polar regions and Antarctica. And I totally get it. I don't like the cold either.
Cold never bothered me anyway.
Oh, easy there, princess. We can't all be like you. Anyways, back to the great white. The first thing to tackle with great white sharks, or just white sharks, as they are more commonly known by scientists, is the enduring myth that they are dangerous man-eaters.
Oh, they're not monkeys, little sir. I'm okay.
Wow, gee, Manny. Very thoughtful. Now, white sharks are among the big three.
Big three.
Now, when I say the big three, I'm referring to the 3 shark species most likely to injure humans. These are the great white shark, the tiger shark, and the bull shark, which we covered last season. Now, when it comes to attacks, only 57 shark bites were recorded in 2022, and that's across all shark species.
And when it comes to those attacks, there are far more survivors of white shark bites than there are fatalities.
Right you are, Trin. The International Shark Attack File reports that fewer than 17% of the unprovoked attacks by this species have been fatal, since records began all the way back in 1580. More often than not, if a great white bites a human, they tend to let go shortly after.
I guess great whites don't like the taste of human.
Yeah, scientists aren't exactly sure why great whites tend to spit a human out after taking a sample bite, but some think it might be because we just don't contain enough calories. Or that the shark is just curious, but can only investigate with their sensitive teeth and jaws. Lucky us. Well, even if these sharks are just investigating with their mouths, that still means there's a chance they're gonna bite you. And I'm not sure if you've ever looked at the mouth of a great white shark before, but not fun. Not fun. That would not be fun being investigated by a great white shark's mouth. Even one bite from these animals can do some serious damage. See, there are more than 300 teeth in a great white shark's mouth. And each tooth is triangular shaped with serrated razor-sharp edges, specifically used for tearing through flesh. These little organically made knives are about 2 inches long and are arranged in 5 to 7 rows in the shark's mouth. See, sharks lose and replace their teeth on the regular throughout their lives. A single shark may go through as many as 20,000 teeth in their lifetime, which can be as long as 70 years.
Oh boy, the last 70 years have been rough.
And what's worse, the top and bottom jaws can move independently from each other. So when the shark attacks, it can bite with its lower jaw first, and then continue with its upper jaw. Unlike us humans, which only have our free-moving lower jaw to bite with. So with their unique jaws and rows of killer teeth, Sharks have an easy time tearing off large chunks of meat whenever they want to. But even if a shark didn't bite you when investigating and only swam past you, it is said that their size alone is enough to make the toughest man freeze in place from complete and total fear. So how strong is a bite from one of these marine monsters? And how big do they truly get?
Let's find out with some feature facts. It's feature fact time. It's feature fact time. It's feature fact time.
Featured facts. Size. When it comes to the great white shark, there is a very real reason to be terrified of their size. That's because these sea creatures are the largest predatory species of fish and the largest predatory shark in the world. These massive killers grow anywhere from 14 to 18 feet on average and can weigh anywhere from 1,500 to 4,000 pounds. The largest great white shark, however, measured 21 feet long and weighed over 5,000 pounds. That's around the same weight as a walrus, a rhino, one of those new Teslas everyone's talking about, or even, weird enough, a blue whale's tongue. Great white sharks are apex predators that sit at the tippy top of the ocean's food chain. Now, there is only one species in the water that can challenge a great white shark for the throne, and that is a killer whale, aka an orca. See, orcas often hunt in groups, working together to overpower and overwhelm their prey. They use their superior numbers, strength, and intelligence to isolate and disorient the shark, making it very difficult for the shark to defend itself properly. They do this by exploiting the vulnerability of a great white shark. For instance, they can flip the shark upside down, a state called tonic immobility, which induces a temporary state of paralysis in the shark. This immobilization makes it easy for orcas to deliver precise and powerful bites, specifically to the fins and liver.
Okay, let's see here. Dun, 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 dun. Someone order the shark liver.
Speed. Now, these sharks may be massive, but that doesn't slow them down. In fact, great white sharks can swim 25 miles per hour, which puts them in second place for being the fastest shark in the world. Now, great white sharks are capable of faster speeds in very short bursts, hitting up to 35 miles per hour. And on top of that, they can leap out of the ocean going 10 feet into the air, which is very impressive to see, but don't take my word for it. Remember, they are active hunters and can use this great speed to create a great amount of force when colliding with their prey. And speaking of prey, there are not a lot of prey that can outswim a great white. And this is one of the reasons they are apex predators. Now, the secret to their speed is their streamlined shape and their powerful tails. Their strong tails move back and forth, side to side, to propel them through the water.
That's right, run from the shark. I'm so fast. Bask in my speed and glory.
Now, if great whites are the second fastest shark in the world, who's the first? Well, that's none other than the short-fin mako shark. It can reach speeds of 31 miles per hour when putting in just a little bit of effort. But when they really try, makos have been recorded at reaching speeds of 46 miles per hour. Short-fin makos have a very slick torpedo shape and a long pointed snout, which helps them slide right through the water like a hot knife through butter.
What can I say? It's a living.
got jokes. Joke number 1. Who's a shark's favorite Star Wars character? Chewbacca. Heyo! Joke number 2. Why don't sharks eat clowns? Because they taste funny, get it? Joke number 3. Why can't you trust a shark? Because they spill all of your secrets.
Now, it's hard to believe that a 20-foot long killer fish with sharp teeth could hide from its prey when hunting them. But that is exactly what the great white shark does. See, great whites often hunt prey that swim along the surface of the water, like sea lions or seals. Top half of the shark's body is gray, allowing them to blend in with the rocky sea floor beneath them. This way, the seals swimming near the water surface can't see the sharks that are stalking them down from below. The sharks, however, have no problem seeing those seals from their perfect vantage point. In addition, the bottom half of a great white shark is completely white, hence the name, and blends in with the sunlight on the surface of the water. With the way the shark is colored, it is hard to see them both from above or below, which makes it easier for them to stalk their prey unnoticed. Great white. I wonder if that's a paint color you can find at the hardware store.
Oh my, well that really is a great use of great white wine.
Yes, and it really does work well with the fish butt gray, doesn't it?
Now, here's something really bizarre. New research is suggesting that great white sharks might be able to alter their coloring a bit. A group of scientists off the coast of South Africa recently performed a series of experiments with great white sharks and their skin cells. They discovered that each shark's coloration altered slightly depending on its environment, time of day, and emotional stimuli. Well, that's all we need. A living killing machine in the ocean that can now use camouflage.
Bite.
Great white sharks have an incredible bite force. Hopefully, they're not using their full maximum bite force when investigating a human in the water. Because if they did, whatever part of the human the great white bit into would be gone. Bit clean off. Here it is. Great white sharks are capable of producing a bite force of 4,000 psi. Now granted, their bite force will depend on the size of the great white shark, seeing how larger sharks have larger bite forces. So, do great whites have the strongest bite out there? Well, yes and no. Like we covered in the bull shark episode, pound for pound, the bull shark has the strongest bite force of all sharks. Again, based on their size. But due to how big a great white shark is, their bite force is overall the biggest. Now, to put 4,000 psi into perspective, if you applied that amount of force into a pressure washer, that 4,000 psi is enough to cut your arm clean off with that laser-like water stream. Now, I say clean off, but yeah, it'd get messy. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Okay, now replace water with over 300 razor-sharp teeth. And you pretty much have an idea of what a great white shark's bite would be like. Ooh, not pretty.
Now it's time for a shark doing something mysterious. This was a moment with a shark doing something mysterious.
Great white sharks are primarily active hunters during both dawn and dusk, when light levels are low. See, their eyes have a higher density of light-sensitive cells, called rods, which provide better vision in dimly lit environments. This allows them to locate prey and navigate effectively even in darker conditions. And speaking of dark, it is believed that they have relatively good color vision, although their color range may differ from that of humans. Sharks also have binocular vision, meaning their eyes are positioned on the front of their head, facing forward. This arrangement gives them overlapping fields of vision, allowing for better depth perception and accurate distance judgment. And lastly, sharks, including great whites, have a heightened sensitivity to motion. They can detect even the smallest of movements in their surroundings.
Don't move. You can't see us if we don't move.
As you can imagine, this ability is kind of important for hunting, as it helps them locate and track fast-moving prey. Brains.
Why, hello there! Professor Glasses here, and word on the undercurrent is that you want to know how smart a white shark really is. Well, you've come to the right place. Everyone knows that the white shark is pretty strong, but what few people understand is that they are also pretty intelligent. Here, let me show you something. Many scientists believe that great white sharks are intelligent, highly inquisitive creatures. When white sharks gather, they seem to show different behaviors, from open-mouthed gaping at one another to assertive body slams. These are all forms of communication. Astonishingly, a great white shark's brain is Y-shaped and is just under 24 inches long. While it is not particularly large or heavy, especially in comparison to the entire size and body mass of the shark, there is no concrete evidence that size has a direct correlation to ability when it comes to the brain. Its prey, including seals and dolphins, are very clever animals, and the shark has to have enough brains to outsmart them. Despite their reputation as lone hunters, white sharks will cooperate with one another, hunting in groups and sharing the spoils. Great white sharks are highly efficient and successful predators, utilizing complex sensory systems, problem-solving skills, and strategic hunting techniques. They also exhibit curiosity and have been observed displaying learning behaviors. So there you go. The reason a shark can catch enough food to fill a train is because it makes great plans with its brain.
Here's something crazy. Did you know that fish are dependent on the temperature of the water surrounding them?
Fish!
But the great white shark has a unique talent. This massive fish has the ability to lower or raise its body temperature on its own. In fact, a great white shark can maintain its body temperature at 55 degrees higher than the water around them. And that is in Fahrenheit if you're wondering. This is why great white sharks can live and hunt so efficiently in colder oceans. In addition, this also provides great white sharks extra turbo boosts even when they're in cold water. Man, that'd be nice for in the winter.
And that is the episode. Now, after all of this, what can you do to avoid being attacked by a shark?
For starters, avoid places where sharks like to get a taste for human. So maybe don't go swimming in murky water, because some sharks enjoy some good dirty water to hunt in.
Avoid areas where there are fishing vessels. They tend to throw fish parts back into the water and, well, sharks love fish parts.
Swimming early in the morning or late at night can be nice, but it's also a time when a shark attack is most likely.
A lot of shark attacks are a case of mistaken identity, due to reduced visibility and identification ability on behalf of the shark. In other words, swim when it's nice and sunny out.
Don't wear anything shiny, because sharks can think shiny things are fish.
Can't forget the buddy system either. No matter what the movies tell you, great whites try to avoid people. The more people, the less chance of running into one of these big sharks. And lastly, listen to your instincts. A lot of people who have been bitten actually said they had a weird sensation before that. Like they had some inner voice telling them to get out of the water, but they didn't listen.
If you feel nervous about getting in the water, just don't go in the water.
So there it is. Now you know what to do to avoid going toe-to-toe with a shark. Personal tip, as my pappy once said, you don't have to be the fastest swimmer out there to get away from a shark. You just don't want to be the slowest. So always make sure your buddy is a slower swimmer than you. Which reminds me, hey Manny, you want to go to the beach later with me?
Wait a minute.
But before we do that, we have to end this episode.
If you enjoy the show, then smash that like button.
We now have content coming out every day, so don't forget to hit subscribe and that bell so you don't miss out on all the fun.
Thanks for watching.
And we'll see you next time on Laugh Pod. Just need to take someone else to the ocean. Next time on Laugh Pod.
Now it's time for Cairo doing something mysterious.
2, 1.
If you enjoyed the show, then
This was Cairo doing something mysterious.